What three other matches could we see at All Elite Wrestling's All Out? I'll predict them next on the Squared Circle Psychobabble. Hello and welcome to the Squared Circle Psychobabble. My name is Michael Valenti. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications as we're trying to hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers before All Elite Wrestling's All Out, which happens 3 weeks away. And there's 7 matches already announced. Most recently, the Casino Battle Royale is back, where the winner will be put in the first AEW Women's Championship match. So this leads me to the first match that I think we'll see that has not been announced yet, and that is the Battle of the Kongs. Awesome Kong versus Aja Kong. Now, this one is an obvious one, as this one was teased at Fight for the Fallen, where Awesome Kong got involved in the Alley versus Brandy Rhodes match, helping Brandy Rhodes win the match. But it was afterwards where Aja Kong comes out and has a stare down with Awesome Kong. And there's some people that are skeptical of this match, saying it might not deliver, while others are excited for it. Personally, I'm excited for it, as you're getting 2 of the biggest names in women's wrestling history. We know Aja Kong, what she's done in Japan, and her brief stint in the WWF, where Awesome Kong has done great things in Impact Wrestling when it was really in its boom, and her brief stint in WWE. And some people might know her from her time on the show Glow on Netflix, where she is the welfare queen. So there's definitely that buzz, that intrigue, that prestige that goes into that match, where the winner heading into the first AEW Women's Championship match, and instantly gives credibility to that champion if they're able to beat one of those Kongs. So I definitely see it. I definitely want it. And I think it's going to happen. Now, our next match is a tag team match, and I hope this one happens, and not only happens, but opens up the All Out main card. It's a tag team match where we'll see Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the team known as A Boy and His Dinosaur, going up against SoCal's Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that pairing from SCU. Scorpio Sky could be involved in this match somehow, but on an episode of Being the Elite, I believe it was 163, where there was a backstage segment between the two. They were arguing about who's the best tag team in the world. And then Christopher Daniels says, we will further this discussion at a later date. Obviously, this could lead to a match. And why not at All Out, when neither team currently has a match at All Out? They definitely want to push Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. They are arguably the most over tag team in AEW right now. And it showed at Fight for the Fallen during the triple threat match between themselves, the Dark Order, and Angelico and Jack Evans. They are showing Jungle Boy around with all the media press releases, and they were involved in the TCA 2019 thing, where they announced where AEW was going on TNT. He was part of that. So they obviously want to push Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and this would be a great way to do it, with some seasoned veterans to make them look really, really good. And this would be a great way to start off All Elite Wrestling's All Out. So I hope it happens. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, A Boy and His Dinosaur, go after SCU. I'm saying Frankie and CD, but it could also happen with Scorpio Sky as well. Now, our last match, I think, is going to happen on the buy-in if it does happen, but there's also 2 ways this can go. The way that I think it should go, and the way that it might go as well. So I'll start with the way it should go, and that is a one-on-one match on the buy-in where MJF faces Brandon Cutler. Now, this match is somewhat teased through various episodes of Being the Elite, most recently on episode 162, where they had a moment backstage where Brandon Cutler was basically getting made fun of by Sammy Guevara. MJF walks in and he laughs right in front of his face for basically being a loser. They've had their heat in various moments of Being the Elite, so I definitely could see a payoff here at All Out. But put it on the buy-in. People are really behind Brandon Cutler with his feel-good story. He had a gym. He closed it down to go back into wrestling after 7 years. And AEW comes in and signs him as a full-time employee, not just as a wrestler, but also part of the TV production aspect of All Elite Wrestling. So people are really behind Brandon Cutler. And obviously MJF can do no wrong when getting heat from fans. And what a great way to get heat for MJF than beating up a guy that has a really good feel-good story. The other way this could go, though, is if it ends up being a tag team match where Sammy Guevara, who I just previously mentioned, teams with MJF against Brandon Cutler and Marko Stunt. So Marko Stunt, another feel-good story, a guy who is definitely undersized compared to other wrestlers, not just in AEW, but the wrestling community. He's like 5'6", 115 pounds, but can give you a good spot or two. So obviously showcase him on the buy-in. I know there's going to be those people like Jim Cornette who might have an aneurysm watching this guy in the ring because he literally can die with his lack of size. But there's a lot of people out there that love Marko Stunt, and having those two pairings, the two feel-good stories together against the two guys that are possibly the big heels in AEW, I would say also MJF and Sammy Guevara would get the win if this match happens. And like I said, have this on the buy-in where more people are probably going to see it before heading into All Out. They definitely need more of a storytelling type of match on the buy-in instead of the goofy stuff with Michael Nakazawa or, stuff like that. So again, my predictions for the last three matches announced for All Elite Wrestling's All Out are Awesome Kong versus Aja Kong, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus SCU, and MJF versus Brandon Cutler. But don't be surprised if it ends up being a tag team match where MJF tags with Sammy Guevara and Brandon Cutler tags with Marko Stunt. Let me know in the comments what matches you think will happen at All Elite Wrestling's All Out. Don't forget to like this video, share it all over social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SCPB Podcast. Again, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. We're trying to hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers before All Elite Wrestling's All Out. My name is Michael Valenti, and thank you for watching the Squared Circle Psychobabble.